and welcome to Once Driven, Forever Smitten. We're getting a new ramp fitted. Way! Hello, we're down at the workshop moving stuff about because getting a new ramp fitted in there tomorrow. So the red Astra needs to start. We need to move the GSi out, and the old ramp has gone away on the back of the recovery truck. So that's what we're doing now. You reckon this is going to start, eh?
I think it will start.
Who charged it?
This will be more than the truth.
Well, it's been sitting for long enough, so... Surprised, I was mucking about with this a couple of weeks ago and then I forgot about it. Old 1600's a quality vehicle, it's also for spiders. Right, we'll go and get this shifted so it's out the road and get the GSi out. Hey! Switch this noisy bastard off then, eh? Minter. Pleased with that. Right. Yes. I think it needs power steering pipes. I think I left the key in it. Please let me know that I left the key in it. The key is not in there. Okay. Don't think that's it. That's not it either. Suspect that this is the key on my main bunch, which I kept all together. Hey! It is. Hello GSi. Got up a bit of a fight there. Now, I'm thinking that the garage needs a huge bit of reorganisation. It's split into two sides, and on this side we've only ever used it for storage, never utilised it, so we're getting the second ramp put in there. Mainly so Kenzo's Cavalier Turbo can come in and sit and he can work away on it and take his time doing what he wants to do to it. We've got a whole load of parts sitting up the back there, which I showed you earlier. And obviously I've got a whole mix of Vauxhall bits in amongst that. But I was thinking if I could clean this side out, maybe we could do something paint wise in here. We could maybe set up an area to spray vehicles quite effectively, because that's one of the things that our cars tend to need is paint, and it's getting harder and harder to get people to do it. And if I practiced at it, maybe I could get a decent result at it, you know, it'd be a decent thing to do. Running really nicely, just purring away there. Soon, my beauty. Oh. Soon. Up and at them. Decided to make better use of this bit of storage up there to go and stick some interior bits and bumpers and that, so I'm passing the stuff up to Kenzo.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
It's when we come round to this side. I've got engines. I've got this Astra here. which I think we need to get shoved on. There's grand plans to put a C20 lit in this and everything, but it's just, can't have it just sitting there forever. It's taking up hundreds of space. The whole front end of it's over there, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 axles there of various different vehicles, and a subframe. And I reckon if I could clear out this whole area up at the back corner here and get a lot of the spares in for the other side, I could make so much more efficient use of the space, get rid of a lot of these wheels and tyres, which are never going to be fitted into any of our cars. They're no good for anything. But it would take me time to pick away at it and do it bit by bit. Probably need peace and quiet just to sort it out myself, because I used to do a lot of warehousing, and I know a way to organise this nicely. Should have brought older clothes actually. I was going to start shifting stuff from one side to the other. Yeah. Oh, that's a heavy there. That's the class bottom on that in the back of it. Man, that's heavy there. This one's right. Yes, our back bumper. Right, this can go up there. Right, well, after much heaving and grunting and unsafe manual handling, that's that old ramp loaded. Found a passenger seat height adjuster for the blue Cavalier, a couple of bits. Made some space for that to get fitted tomorrow. Super. Aside from the minor kangarooing issue, the Vectra's running really nicely. I think it maybe needs some anti-roll bar bushes. There's a wee knock for the front end. Oh, it's just done a wee, feel the engine juddered a little bit there. What is going on with you? I need this car more up to speed for the summer, ideally. Or I could sell it. Although who would want it after it's been rammed into a lamppost? Although I did fix everything on it. Apart from the aircon, which I'm doing soon. Because I know where there's one of these in a scrapyard. Because I've got that gold Astra to put in the road as well, but yeah, we shall see. We need to come up with a plan as to what car I'm going to use for what, because there's no point in having stuff lying about. I'm well impressed that this thing starts after me leaving it for so long. Definitely need to just spend a couple of days on it, get it up on the ramps and get it up together. Because it does run alright. Make a little list of parts for it today, see what I need to order for it. Oh, 94%, that's not like me.
Are you wanting into the video?
That sounds alright.
What was previous?
I'm famous. I'm famous.
That's alright, I'll blur you out. Very pixelated face. Shiny red ramp. How do you pronounce it? Stenhoy or Stenhoy? Stenhoy.
Denmark.
Oh, no, Denmark. Right, one battery that's far too small. What's going on? So I've got no idea as to why when I turn the ignition I'm not getting a click or anything. So I have checked the wiring at the back of the ignition switch, which seems to be okay. I just fired the radio up. Nothing, there's no click or anything of that when I go to that final stage. Weird. Lovely. I didn't actually have that fully tightened there, you wouldn't normally be able to do that. Right, let's see if we get this ignition switch off. Okay, so we have got power to the main feed at the ignition switch. If I got the starter motor wire and I turn this, I crank it, it's sending power down that wire to the starter motor, but nothing's happening. Same with this feed here, that goes to ignition. Yep, the main feed has got power. Starter motor's getting power when it turns over, nothing's cranking. Just looking at these two big 30 amp fuses in the engine bay, and this one's half melted. Doesn't look too clever. This one's okay. I'll take a screwdriver to get this one out. It's like all melted in here. I don't know how recently that's happened, like the fuse hasn't blown, but it's not nice. I'll try and extract this from here. Oh God. I take the whole thing. Come on. Okay, I've got half of. Right, well, I've just put a couple of spade terminals in this fuse at the moment. I'll need to get a proper holder for it. I'm just going to tape the bare metal sections of it up. Don't know what's going on in there, if that has been like that for a while or what, but so that fuse has been exposed to a lot of heat. It hasn't burst it, nearly has, but it's melted all the holder at the back there. Curiously, the other one right beside it seems unaffected, so I don't know. Well, this is annoying because moved it last night, it was alright, it went today. Getting 12 volts when I key it at the starter motor wire, and I've checked it for continuity and it's getting that down to the starter and nothing's happening, so therefore Needs a starter motor. I'll put...
Sorry, put
That's
the
all right,
toolbox
aye.
ready and then take the toolbox up to the front and the back of the door.
What am I doing?
Put the toolbox down and then take up to the back, ready to front it and the back, and then we'll move my van.
Yeah. Just did a bit of adjustment to the quality garage door. Moving this bit of wood frame, we're going to get rid of that. To get rid of these tyres that were left here when we moved in 2015. Of course, leaving seats stopped taking tyres back, which made things more difficult. Oh, like that. Well impressed, that was good there. Who's that? In the Astra. I'm going to drive it straight in. It goes in frontways, doesn't it? Aye, it's that one up there, aye. Right. See if this thing's going to behave itself. I haven't got no fucking lights. That's all fucking banger. Nah, hold on, I'll... Something's not... Well, I'll try the Vectra instead. This is a bit bigger. Ah, how's it looking? Can it... Alright?
I just take a handbrake off if you want to come forward or back so you get going.
Aye.
Keep going, aye.
Aye, there's still space there, aye. There you go, you wouldn't need to go any further than that, like, but you can see how high it goes,
Can I
aye.
still go? Can I still go?
Oh, aye, you could still go, aye.
Right, that's it.
That's it maxed
That's
out,
it,
cool, we're
maxed.
perfect then, aye.
Limit, aye.
That's ideal.
And then when your bonnet's on. And even at that, you can still go, you know what I mean, you're maybe too far forward if anything.
Aye, no, that's
But
plenty of
aye, plenty
of
back,
space
aye.
around it and that at the back, aye, because it's... Aye. Because that's one of, well, it's not going to have like massive cars on it anyway, it's all kind of cars of this size on it, so... There you go. Sound. Let's see if I can get this thing to... The keys, it's no picking up the key. Believe it or not, it's got an immobiliser on it. Cool, well thanks again, eh?
Right, there, Bob, alright.
Cheers, okay. Catch you later.
Covers, drop after you, right?
Aye,
Covers.
brilliant. Well thanks man, cheers. This is super annoying, seeing as the ignition switch has exploded on this. Not having much luck with moving Vauxhalls today. But, anyway, this is our ignition switch. That there is power, that there is the starter motor, and one of these will be the ignition lights. That's that one. If I do that, that gives us ignition lights, and then I've got another bit of wire. If I go and give some power to the starter motor, this should start, because the key is in the ignition, even though it's not doing anything. If you go into there and I go into the starter motor wire, take it out of gear to get. Hey, hot wired that. Hey, well, that's handy. I don't know, I'm sure I put an ignition switch in this. It's impossible to get the key back out from the tumbler. I think I've got the one off that gold Astra, so we shall use that. Let's go and fire this on the new handy ramp. Now, how does one switch it off? That is the question. Pull the wire out. Hey! Who needs an ignition switch anyway? Well, that's really good. That gives us so much more flexibility. Having the second ramp here. A lot of tidying up and reorganising to do, but that's a great start. I'm going to completely move all these spares out the other side of the workshop and go through it properly, but aye, there we go. Onwards and upwards, folks. Onwards and upwards. Okay, so I'm going to keep driving this thing for now and see if I can make it break down properly. I'm going to see if we can bump start this and probably order another starter motor for it. This just needs some petrol in it and taken out in a run. Kenzo still hasn't taken out anywhere yet. And we need to have a big tidy up in here. But, all good. Right, back to the day job. Just stopping off and getting a tasty McDonald's on my way back home from getting the ramp installed. Enjoying my heated seat. It's such a comfy car, this Vectra, and I don't know why, but I've got a feeling that I want an early Vectra rather than this, which is the last of them, the 2.2 fly-by-wire. I want a 2 litre Ecotec, or even an 18, I don't know. I feel like I want to get rid of some motors so I can keep flipping round and getting different ones. I've got a really weird notion to go and get a rep spec Vectra like I had 20 years ago, like an LS 1.8 or 2 litre with nothing in it. I don't know why, can't explain it, because this is obviously a much nicer car. It wants to behave though, that's the thing, it wants to pick up on the fuel economy front. I'm not sure what fuel I've got in it. I think it's a bit heavier than fuel on the E10. We'll see. Reset it again now.
Hi there.
Hello. Great. Thank you very much. Brilliant. Thanks very much. Cheers. Now let's reset the consumption, because it dropped to 24 there because we were doing idling and stuff. Oh, oh, you guys saw that. I just balked and kicked back there. I think the consumption's about to shit again on this, you know that? Because it was fixed when I did the lambda sensors. I was happily doing like sort of 35 miles a gallon again, which wasn't bad. Not convinced about it now though. I think it's off on one again. Annoying a red Audi because I'm doing 33 in a 20. Oh, you can't get past, there's cars coming the other way. You know what I mean? There's no need for tailgating, and 20 mile an hour limits by there are a load of nonsense anyway. I just got back to the house and I was tidying out the Vectra and chilling with Bob, who's still in the back of the Vectra, and the two cover plates for the ramp aren't. They forgot to put them in this morning, so I need to pop back down and get them. But I'm going to take the Omega, because it's not been getting used much, and it's got a load of bits off that gold Astra in it, and it needs a run, and the battery is flat on it as well. So I'm going to jump start it off this now and pump a tyre up. Of course, while I'm mucking about out here pumping up tyres and things like that, I have also got a cat chilling in the Vectra. You don't really want to come out. And I saw you with your claws in the parcel shelf. Don't you put them in the leather. I know you can hear me. Yeah, the Omega's battery is almost certainly its original one from 2001. Let's get it fired up. Because the only reason I wasn't using this was because the wheels needed balanced. Ah, lovely. Right, let's get that tyre pumped up in the back. I've just discovered that when I parked the Omega up, I had filled it with fuel. Whey! So I've got 70 litres sitting there that I had forgotten about, which is a lovely bonus. The only reason I really stopped using this recently was the cost of fuel and the fact I needed to get the back tyres balanced. Which isn't much of a reason at all to stop driving something, but of course the Cavalier was being that good and I got sidetracked with how much I was enjoying that, so I shall make the effort to split the mileage across them a bit more, especially with the Cavalier needing a bit of work on the wiring loom. It's starting to get a little bit touchy. Yeah. Aside from the wee bit of shake coming up through the steering there, you really do know this is a car that's not even done 33,000 miles yet. Are there any Omega experts out there that can advise me on diffs and manual gearboxes? Because it's really obvious with this getting back in it again after doing so many miles in the Cavalier, which is very long geared, that this is far too short geared for the vehicle that it is. I know that it's geared so it would be an affecting tow car, but it's not right. It really feels like it should have a 6th gear there. And I'm wondering if I were to keep it, and at the moment I'm erring on the side of selling it because I've just got too many, I definitely think it would need a longer set of gears in it, plus a lightened flywheel and a 3-litre engine. We've got a wee Fiesta S in front of us. That's like a smart looking thing. The Fiesta is definitely one of the definitive cars for the youth of today. Would that be an EcoBoost? I know nothing about these things. An EcoBoost's a 1-litre turbo, and you can do quite interesting things with them. Remapping maybe? I don't know. Sounds quite noisy anyway. Fair play. I like a noisy exhaust. Because we all had Pico big bore 4s, stuff like that back in the day. 60 quid you could get one for from Motac. Standard issue, universal fit, Pico big bore 1, or maybe a 2. And what a racket they made, fantastic. What were the other makes you could get? Because you had... Yes, go on yourself, son! Yeah. Yeah, Jan Speed. I think they were vaguely sort of sensible, the Jan Speeds. JetX, that was listed as the quiet performer. PCS, Fiesta's rolling back towards us now. PCS are more a kind of budget sort of system. What else was there? My mind is going to blank. Wasp universal silencers. They were alright. I had one of them in my Nova that fell off somebody else's car and we found it on the side of the road. And obviously you had cherry bombs. Cherry bombs tend to be spoken about rather more than I ever recall them being fitted to things. It's maybe more of a sort of early, an 80s, sort of 70s thing. Oh, Piper. Now they made bloody good exhaust systems. I had the Piper Tornado for the SRI 130. What a crack that had off it. More power as well. Bloody good exhaust system. Of course, latterly the only option on the table has been the Sportex. Bless them. And they're getting rare now. You can't get a Sportex for a lot of things. Yes, here goes Mr. Fiesta. Now I've got 40 pounds of pressure in the back tyres, going that way anyway. And I need to go and meet our man. I've got 40 pounds of pressure in my back tyres, which are ancient budgets on this. So it wouldn't take much to put it sideways. You can imagine that a Mark, whatever that is, 14 Fiesta, would be substantially more agile and quick off the mark than an Omega. Alright, that's pretty much it for this one. We've got a new ramp installed. So next time out we're going to be having a look around the gold Astra, giving it a clean up, seeing what it needs, and also making a start on the red Astra saloon as well. Just going to get an MOT on that and try and do the minimum amount possible to it to get it legal and get it sold on. So right, so I'll catch you next time.